Hello. Hello, coal miner. I'm sorry. Can you ever forgive me? Okay. But then you can't see the hole.
And I've just realized that I've been an idiot and not actually been talking correctly because I've been using the wrong push-to-talk key, the one that OBS doesn't know about yet. Damn it!
Well then.
Yeah. Welcome to the first stream, folks. Technical issues abound. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, why don't I just go and teach OBS that key? Because, yeah, I'm gonna keep forgetting otherwise.
Will you be doing the tutorials or no?
I think so, yeah.
Good, we'll be here for an hour. And
as I was saying to my friend Coal Miner there, and come on, I know I just told you what the other key was there. Did you not take it? I think I must have done something stupid, like have my mouse over there and use the mouse push-to-talk key before I exited the dialogue, because now it's working fine. So yeah. As I was saying before when I was being kind of an idiot, this is a completely blind run. I haven't played this game before. I've heard some things about it. I've watched some of the development videos. Looked really interesting at the time. I've been very excited for it to come out. But this is literally the third time that I've started the game, and both of the other two times were the game crashed because I was trying to start the recording here with OBS running in game mode, and that just apparently doesn't work. Or at least doesn't work the way I have things set up right now. Regardless, it seems to be working now, so I am happy with that. I'm just gonna let it be and call it good. And yeah, we're going to go through the tutorials because I have no idea how to play. I know some of the concept of how the game works, but I've never played it before. I've never watched anyone play it aside from a little bit of development footage. I have no idea what to do yet.
if I'm not talking a whole heck of a lot, because I'm doing Car Mechanic Simulator.
And also half asleep. You know.
That is a big part of it too.
If we start hearing snoring, I'll just go mute him.
No.
What, you think we should listen to you snore for half the stream?
Of course!
Well, okay, admittedly sawing wood is probably not such a bad thing in this game, but I don't think that's what it means. Just saying.
Hey, you've put me to sleep before.
Getting started. Learn the basics of the game, including camera movement, constructing basic buildings, assigning workers to jobs, and starting a new town. That sounds like a pretty good place to start. Welcome to Banished. In this game, you control a group of exiled travelers who have decided to restart their lives in a new land. You'll have to help them survive! But why am I suddenly thinking of this as one of those, old-timey, hey you down there, PSA videos? I don't know, it just seems appropriate. At any time during this tutorial, you can access the options menu by hitting the icon at the bottom right corner that's half hidden by my start menu, or by pressing the escape key, which is not half hidden by my start menu. At least I hope not. From the options menu, you can save, load, change settings, exit the game. Yeah, these standard things that you can do from any option setting. And we also have WASD controls, so okay, cool. And we can also move to the sides of the screen, which doesn't work so well for the top side, or presumably the bottom side, yeah. We have WASD, that's good enough. We can rotate with Q and E, good enough. We can zoom in with the mouse wheel, that sounds good too. We can change the pitch of the camera. Is it going to get to a very high-pitched camera suddenly? I hope not. That would hurt my ears. But page up and page down. So... okay. I suppose that might be useful sometimes. Yes, all the keyboard keys are configurable. Time to start playing. So, surprisingly enough, people need somewhere to sleep, something to eat, and a way to stay warm in the winter. Yeah, they're basically whiny little bitches.
Yep.
How dare they want food, shelter, things like that. They have a house floating above their heads because they're whining at us, going, I don't have anywhere to live, I'm homeless! Why haven't I seen yellow houses floating above some of the people outside here? I am in San Francisco, we do have a few homeless people.
Yeah, just a few?
Just a couple, 1 or 12. Dozen. 1,000.
100.
Yeah. Okay, you can provide the townsfolk with places to live by building homes for them. First you have to consult with the Planning Commission and approve a new zoning district, and... oh no, you just click the house icon.
I like the way you were thinking. Who says I could just build a house right away? There's a lot more process to be done.
Okay, now can I somehow convince my taskbar to hide so that, I can actually see the bottom of the screen? How about auto-hide it? There we go, that might help.
A techie like you didn't have auto-hide on already?
Hey, give me a break. I've had the computer for, 36 hours since it's been assembled. I just hadn't got to there yet.
Personally assembled or no?
Yeah.
Nice.
I bought all the parts and put it all together. Took entirely too long to put together, but hey, I like the result, so I'm happy with it. So, I want to build a wooden house, because the other things are grayed out because the tutorial is railroading me. What else is that? So, using the mouse, I put it in the location that it railroads me to put it in. Okay. Leaves a footprint where it will be built. To get them to start construction, you have to collect wood for the structure and stone for the foundation. Okay. So we use the harvest thing and say, we're going to remove resources and everything in the railroaded area. There we go. While they're busy, you can place a stockpile where they'll store stuff. Okay. Hit the railroading keys again, and there we go. I am sort of glad that it's railroading us a little bit, because I remember playing through the tutorial of... I think it was Civ 4 was the one. And the tutorial was kind of broken because it was forcing you to do things in lockstep, but then not locking you down enough so you could actually get it into a state where it was impossible to do the next action. That was kind of annoying!
My favorite was, I used to play Lego Miners, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the tutorial was just like, yeah, do this, this, and this. I decided, no, I'm gonna do it my way. By the end of that, I had the most powerful digger the game had to offer. 16 racks of weapons to protect me from the one slug that it tests me with.
Uh-huh.
And give me a sec while I repair this guy's wheel, because I can do that, apparently.
Anyway, the townsfolk will move the harvested rocks and trees to the stockpile. Once there are materials there, the people will move logs and stone to construction locations. Okay. Anybody can do stuff, but some jobs require specialized workers. Press F2, and then 4 to get the professions window open, which I am probably going to want to open a lot of the frickin' time, because, yeah. It's gonna be important. So yes, I now have told people to go build stuff. Builders are beginning construction, we don't have enough. I want 4 houses. Give me 4 houses. Okay.
I'm not even gonna ask how this guy did that to the starter, but whatever.
So, we want to increase speed to 5 times. Or, 10 times, because it didn't actually stop me at 5. That's good enough, actually. Once all the houses are built, the tutorial will continue.
5 hours later.
I think it's been a little bit more than 5 hours. There's a rainstorm in progress now.
Christmas is coming, hurry up.
Something like that, yeah. They're building at a pretty decent pace here. Yep, here comes another rainstorm. The reserve of firewood is low. That can't be good. Come on, game, you haven't told me what to do about firewood yet. You can't just kill off my citizens by having them freeze to death, right? Okay, great. You've built houses for all the townsfolk. That may have seemed like a lot of work for a few houses, but now you know how to build anything. To build any structure, place a footprint. The citizens will clear the area and collect enough resources to build the structure. As long as there are citizens assigned as builders, they will take care of the rest. Okay. They need food, otherwise they'll starve. Well, yeah. And they're getting kind of hungry, because I can see a fork and knife icon above people, so I need to make flatware. I need to collect food.
Make them meat edible.
Easiest way to quickly generate food is fishing, because we're at a river. Okay, then. And, let's see, requires workers. So F2-4 again, and we'll want to assign people there, even though they can't really work quite yet. And I can't even take them back away again because the game is railroading me. Nice. They don't have a place to work because of that. Close the window by pressing the X button. I didn't really want to, but whatever. Move faster, folks! Otherwise you're gonna starve. Okay. If you build roads, people will move slightly faster as they go from place to place. Okay, dirt road. Road following that path. Good, good. And the builders will prepare the road for use. Sometimes it's useful to see an overview of what's available. Okay. See the amount of stored construction materials, food, firewood, clothing, and tools. You can also see current population, average health, and happiness, as well as the current weather. The current weather is apparently 80 degrees and sunny. Why do they have little snowflake icons above their head if it's 80 outside? What are these people? Magma creatures?
Of course.
Jeez. Okay, so... when food and other consumable goods are produced, they need to be stored somewhere. Until now, they've been placing everything in the cart they arrived with. We can place a storage barn that will hold more. Okay. Aren't enough logs left to build the storage barn. I need to cut down more trees. Please, railroad me so that I can cut down more trees.
I see a recurring pattern here.
Yeah. I also need a way to stay warm in the winter. Ah, I can finally do something about those snowflakes. There we go. Yes, I know about the snowflake icon. I've been seeing it for a while now, man.
I'll be right back.
It will also appear over homes that don't have any firewood available for heating. So it wasn't that they were actively trying to freeze to death, it was just that there wasn't any firewood in their homes, and even though it's 80 degrees outside, having firewood stocked up is apparently important.
We're cold, but don't go outside because it's warm out there.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear racing noises, but don't see a game. Oh, there it is.
Reserve of stone is low. Consider doing something about the reserve of stone being low, but I don't have access to the way to gather resources yet. So, yeah. Can't do anything about that game. I appreciate you telling me, but it doesn't do me much good to know about something that I can't change. I can figure out what's left to be done in the building. Possibly, but I don't think I have access to the tool for doing it yet. Okay, you can always assign workers by using the Professions tool, but you can also change the number of workers when examining the details of the structure. Ah. So yes, click here, click there, there is now a worker assigned. Okay. Now start producing firewood. We'll move logs from the stockpile to the building and cut them into firewood. The rest of the townsfolk will use the firewood to heat their homes. Good to know. Now that the storage barn is built, the cart that the people arrived with is no longer needed. So, we go to remove structure. Remove that thing. Move faster! Okay. With some maintenance and a little luck, a small town like this will survive for many years. The children will grow up, become workers, and have children of their own. New houses can be built, and the town can continue to expand. If at any point you need help with something in the game, or a description of how a building or tool works, you can refer to the in-game help, hit the gear, hit the question mark. Okay then. So here's our Banishedpedia. You can read some of the help reference or press next to play the next tutorial. It focuses on resource production and survival. Works for me. As a town grows, additional specialized buildings can help make survival easier. In this tutorial, you'll build a work areas. Nice copy, Heather. For blacksmiths, tailors, herbalists, and foresters. First, place a blacksmith. A blacksmith is used to make tools for the citizens to work with. Start by selecting resource production on the toolbar by pressing the thing that looks like a tree and a rock, or F it. Blacksmith. The anvil is the blacksmith. rather unsurprising. And of course I rotated it the wrong way. So now I need to wait for this. Hurry up and wait. And while we're waiting, we'll place a tailor. And while we're still waiting, we'll place an alchemist. And I think I rotated all three of them the wrong way. Yay me. Okay,
Nothing is
forester
the wrong
log.
way.
Which way? R! Yes, I got it right!
And also funny, you know this for a fact, the sorcerer is never right in mind. So if his house is backwards, that's normal.
Yeah, what else is new? Okay, we can assign workers to each building. So, it wants us to have a blacksmith. And a tailor. And an herbalist. And a couple of foresters. A couple being defined as 3. Okay. All workers need tools to efficiently do their job. If they don't have a tool, the following icon will appear above their head. It looks like a tool. Go figure. Tools eventually wear out and need to be replaced, but the blacksmith can make new ones. Blacksmith will use logs and iron to make new tools. Here we can see the inventory of what the blacksmith has in storage. Nothing! If you run out of materials, the blacksmith won't be able to do work. In other words, he's not able to do work right now. Can control how many tools to make and put in storage by setting a limit. If the building isn't producing tools because it's reached its limit, there's a limit icon that will appear. So that's actually a pretty good icon to see. If I see an up arrow and a line above it, the building has finished its work for now. Cool. Can enable and disable work at the location manually. Can also change the product that the blacksmith uses. If I have coal, I can make steel tools instead of iron. Cool. Click on the tailor building. During the winter months, townsfolk stay warm by occasionally returning to their heated homes. With a tailor, you can help the workers ward off the cold and stay outside longer by crafting better clothing. If you don't clothe them all, they're going to wander around naked and get cold really fast. Can use leather or wool to make clothes, or a combination of both to make really good clothes. Okay. If you run out of needed materials, you'll see a no sign above the building. Good to know. And no,
This place doesn't have polyester.
No. That wasn't intended as a pun there, but it seems to have achieved being a pun. So, herbalist. Herbalist collects herbs. Go figure. Yellow circle is their work radius. Okay. It's a pretty big work radius. Citizens need a variety of food to stay healthy. If they're not healthy, they're more prone to diseases. Herbs can be used to help keep them healthy if their diet is poor. Good to know. Herbs usually only grow near old trees. This is something to keep in mind when you place an herbalist building. So basically, if you're constantly cutting down and replanting trees in an area, it's not going to be so hot for an herbalist. Good to know. So, Forester Lodge. The workers at the Forester Lodge will manage the forest for you. They plant new trees and cut down old trees in an area around the building. The yellow circle on the ground around the Forester's Lodge shows the area that the foresters will work in. As expected. Can enable and disable the cutting of trees. When cutting is disabled, no trees will be cut down. I'm glad. If disabling cutting made them start cutting down trees, I would be worried. The same thing is true of planting. If you disable planting, no trees will be cut down. I mean, no trees will be planted. By using these buildings, you can help make sure the citizens have tools, warm clothes for the winter, good health, and replenishable forests. Press next to play the next tutorial. Okay. That one was fairly easy. There are many ways to produce food. We can hunt, fish, or gather. Or we can clear and plant orchards, crops, and livestock. Yes, we are going to plant livestock. I said that correctly. What, you don't think I'm serious?
John, what'd you do with the pig? Planted him in the ground.
Yeah, you didn't know that the correct way to get more pigs is to cut off the 4 legs and plant them in various places and then butcher the body for meat? Yeah, it's true.
I thought that's what a piglet was.
Exactly. A piglet, it's like a sapling. You take a cutting off of the pig and you plant it, and there you go.
The tail apparently does ground beef, I heard.
Yep.
Oh no, that's cows.
Yeah, it's ground pork for the pigs.
Hey, what do you call a cow with only 2 legs?
Lean beef.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef. Yeah, I've heard a few bad jokes of my dad. Before food can be produced, you'll need to construct buildings and create areas for food production. You can start by placing a pasture for livestock. Rather unsurprisingly, the apple thing is food production. So, pasture. We again place it in the railroaded area and call that good. So, hunting cabin. Goes off in the midst of nowhere. Gatherer's hut can go right next to the hunting cabin. Farm needs to go in clear area somewhere. Orchard, kind of likewise. I haven't read carefully enough to see if they'll clear the area for it if they needed to, but yeah. So, crop. What do I want as a crop here? I apparently have 3 food choices, and I can acquire more later. Okay, so we're going to be making something. I've forgotten what I clicked on already. 3 farmers. Direct them to harvest early. Yield meter will show how mature the growing plants are and can be used as a gauge to determine how much food will be produced. And we can turn them off as well. And the orchard. We are going to be growing apples, sure. So 3 more farmers. Useful to note that the number of farmers listed in the interface is not building specific. We now have 6 farmers assigned from the building menu. That means 6 farmers total, not 6 for this building. And yes, again, we can harvest early, we can cut down trees for wood, or to produce a different type of fruit. We can enable or disable work. As before, after planting, the yield meter will show how mature the growing fruit is. They need several years of growth before they produce fruit. So basically this is kind of a long-term investment, sort of thing. Select the pasture. So I have to tell the pasture that I want sheep. I have to give it some pasturers, probably shepherds. All the animals from this pasture into another pasture, you can press the empty button. No thanks. If you want to split the herd or increase the number of animals, you can press the split button. Oh, in order to increase the number of animals. So, like, if you had a pasture that can hold 50 of something and it's full up to 50, you can split the herd into send the other half off to another pasture, and then both of them will start growing more. Okay? You can enable or disable work by pressing the work button, like every other building in the game, just in case you haven't figured this out yet. If the pasture isn't being worked, the animals will continue to grow but won't reproduce as quickly. Good to know. If there are too many animals that you can slaughter them for meat, you can control how many are kept by changing the value of this slider. It allows you to quickly gain meat for food if the supply runs low. So you can say, we have 50 of them, we want to only have 40 here. Like, you slaughtering animals is like the guy from Psycho hiding behind the shower curtain. Whatever.
Ding!
So, click on the hunting cabin to view its details. Because, you know, you haven't figured out how to click on things yet. Hunters will search the area around the hunting cabin in search of wild game. I'm glad. If they were searching the area around the hunting cabin in search of wild trolls, I would be very worried.
And then join them.
Yeah. Hunting deer can provide leather, which can be used by tailors to make clothes. Good to know. And like every other building, it has a work toggle that can control the maximum amount of food to produce at any food location. Okay. And the Gatherer's Hut isn't complete yet. So ludicrous speed! Click on the Gatherer's Hut. Gatherers will search the area around the building in search of food that grows in the forest. Yeah. As long as there is forest nearby, gatherers can be a good choice as the first type of food producers to use in a town as it produces a variety of foods quickly. Oh yeah. Fishing hut. Each building that produces goods tracks how many resources are produced each year. So this season I have produced 226 fish and 2 logs. What?
And an old boot.
Yeah! Apparently my fishermen occasionally fish a log out of the river. That must be really strong fishing line.
Or men.
Okay. Well, how strong the men are doesn't really help much if the line is too fragile and just breaks. But anyway,
they don't, it's a ladder of men. They train themselves down into the water and pull themselves up.
Okay then. The current season display shows how many resources have been produced so far during the current year. Because, you know, that wasn't obvious. And the previous season does the same thing for last year, which also wasn't obvious. As the population grows, you'll need to expand food production to keep the citizens from starving. Producing a variety of food types will help keep the citizens happy and healthy. Press next to play the next tutorial. Okay. Trading post can be used to acquire new crop seeds, fruit seeds, livestock, food, and many other items. Once a trading post has been built, different types of merchants will periodically arrive with goods to sell. Trading post has already been built for you. It has an interface that has lots of stuff in it. So it needs to be built on a river or a lake connecting to a large river. If it isn't, the merchants won't be able to get their boats to the trading post. Aww, they're not gonna portage their boat overland to my trading post?
I know, it's only like, what,
Yeah.
650 tons worth of wood?
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like they're gonna have large things on it like livestock or...
You know, crates.
Like it's
a
also
crew.
not like I'm going to be giving them heavy things like, say, stone or iron or firewood. Nah, it'd be fine. Here, have a couple 100 pounds of potatoes. You can totally schlep that with you. Okay, before you can make a trade, you need to stock the trading post. This makes perfect sense, yeah? Any resource that has been produced by the town can be traded. Since we have more tools and coats than it currently needs, we can stock the trading post with them. So we're selling 100 coats and 120 tools, or trying to at least. And we have workers bringing stuff here. Super speed, please. So, when somebody is bringing a box of stuff, they bring like 50 of it at a time. Jeez. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. So I wish to interact with the merchant, because apparently there's a merchant here already. So, he is selling chickens. I need to trade him 2,400 units worth of stuff. And what do you know, that's exactly the value of the goods that I was told to bring. How did they know?
Choo-choo!
You can now see the chickens you've watched in the fenced area attached to the trading post. You have a pasture set up for chickens, they'll move into it. Since you've made a trade, the workers will start refilling the trading post inventory. If you always want to buy a certain item from a merchant without interacting with the trading post, you can set up an automatic purchase. So, I can auto-purchase when a merchant arrives or when they leave. Cool. Set the maximum number of items to purchase in several categories. Traders will buy items up to this amount as long as the trading post has enough inventory to cover the cost. Okay. If you set more than one to be automatically purchased, you can change the priority. Okay. Basically, anything at the top of the list gets bought first. Good to know. Normally, they'll have a random assortment of goods. Rather than relying on chance, you can place custom orders. Okay, so we can place a one-time order or a recurring order. The available items are displayed. Cool. So you can click on things and say, I want you to bring that next visit. So they have limited space, so if you order too many items at once, they may not bring them all. Items bought from a custom order will cost more than normal. Oh yeah. Trade can be a great way to acquire items that the town is lacking or can't yet produce. This concludes the trade tutorial. Press quit to exit to the main menu. Cool. So I think that was... yeah, that was all of the trades. Nifty. What do you think? Should we actually start a game here?
Oh, I was thinking we just give up there. That's enough for tonight,
that was
right?
awful hard. I'm not sure I'm ready for this.
Is that serious, or...?
No.
The common... Oh, okay.
So the town name that it's giving me as a random generation is Opperel. Yeah.
You could have said that, and I would have thought you came up with that.
Yeah, I can sort of see that. Let's see what else it can get us. Jerringfordville. A little bit too long for my taste.
Smithston?
Coronamed. No thanks. Lissa. Arlen. I'm okay with Arlen. That's a nice name. And I don't really know about any of the other things, so I'll just leave them alone for now and run on default settings. So a moderate game begins with 5 families. Clothing, food, firewood, tools, and construction materials are provided. A storage barn has already been built. Some seeds for fields and orchards are available. So we're getting a pretty good starting thing. If we went for hard... there we go. That's kind of odd. It was not letting me... yeah, whatever. It's a little finicky on where it lets you click, I guess. A hard game begins with 4 families. A small amount of clothing, food, firewood, and tools are provided. No seeds or army. So we get an extra family. We get more of the basics. We get construction materials extra, and we get the storage barn extra, and some seeds. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, it is my first game. I don't need to do a minimalist start yet.
Yeah.
Pretty snowy.
Disaster is on.
Yep. Waiting for glaciers to recede. Nice. Okay. So I'm not being railroaded. What the hell do I do now, man? Ah! Oh yeah, I should probably start building stuff.
Waiting for glaciers to recede. That I was just like, what?
Yeah, that's a great message there. So, wooden house. So, 3 wooden houses. Boy, we start with a lot of resources, too. Boy, they weren't kidding about starting us with construction materials. Nice amount of starting resources. Okay, so... let's place a nice large field here. Okay, I need to figure out how to cancel something without hitting escape, because that opens up the menu thing, and that's just annoying. So, I want to plant, potatoes. Nothing has ever gone wrong with planting a whole bunch of potatoes as your only food. Oh, wait. Some of the buttons are really finicky about where they let you click. Number of citizens working at this location, and the total number of workers in this profession. So now there are 6 in the profession, and I'm asking for all 6 of them to be at this location. Okay. This place is 40-some% complete. The only thing left is the actual building, which means that I need to go open up assign jobs, that one. So I want lots of builders. In fact, don't need those last 2 people to be farmers. I would rather have them be builders right now, because I have shit to build. Okay. Dirt road there. I'd like to build fishing dock. Right there looks good.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Miss me?
Not really. Mostly because I didn't notice you'd left.
Now you have.
Yep, I've noticed you left.
But now I'm back.
I haven't noticed that yet.
Oh, really?
Right-click deselects what you were doing. Good to know. Hey, my crop field is up to 1% yield. Excellent.
Woo!
I can yield almost nothing. Yay-ish.
Oh, I have a 7.1 surround sound headset. I didn't realize that the game I was playing wasn't using the software for it. Oh, having a V8 engine roar in the back of your head sounds so nice.
Actually, that sounds kind of painful.
That too. It's only a little painful. But now I can actually hear, like, you know, the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the look of this so far. For a second there, I thought one of the people in my town was named Get Daved, and I'm going, wait, what? No, Gertrude and Desi. Separate people. Okay. Darn it. Also, like, there's nobody in my town older than 17. And the guy that's 17, or actually the lady that's 17, there's a gentleman who's 16, and then it goes down to 14, and two 13-year-olds, a 12-year-old. Yeah, I have an interesting mix of ages.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't think these is a, like, wow, I can't even figure out the word I want to say.
Good for you.
They're not a collection of people who are migrating. I think they've run away. They've run away from their home.
Okay, we've got a few more people who don't have homes yet, so that's not quite everyone. I'm sort of glad. And watch this. The other people are going to be like 9, 7, 3, and 2.
Don't jinx it.
Too late. Stuff that needs to be removed. Come on. There we go. Now I've actually got some people signed over there. I've got 2 of 3 people over here, and 3 of 3 people over there. Not entirely convinced that I understand what's going on here. Let's try just removing the designations. Maybe that changed something? Okay, so right now the orchard is looking for builders, that's what. So builders over there. Farmers on the crops. Blade is really finicky about clicking in the exact right place for those arrows. That's kind of annoying, actually. Okay, so I've got people assigned to the fishing dock for some food. What else do I really need? I really could use a forester's hut. Okay, where is this forester's hut? I know it's around here somewhere. It's not gonna be in food production, right? Yeah. So, this looks likely. Forester Lodge. It's the thing that looks like a teardrop, but is in fact actually a tree. Okay. So, I want to extend my road down. And then onto the tree. God, and I really cannot see where I just placed that. It's in here somewhere. I'll worry about fixing the road later. Also, did I somehow pause time or something? Because, yeah, okay. Ah, I must have tapped spacebar by accident. Okay. Well, that's good to know, at least. If I ever do want to pause time, I just tap space. And I can plant cherry trees. Cool. Increase my number of workers here. Boy, it gets awful bleak when it's raining. Especially when the music is kind of sounding ominous. I feel like a big bad evil guy is about to show up here. No, with that music. Jeez. Oh hey, I have enough tree planted that I can actually cut some stuff down and torch it. Good to know. So the food limit is up at 5,000. I've got 700 some stored food so far. Also, I have homeless people again? Still? Assign another builder here. So you there, with the home over your head. You are currently a builder. Yeah, I like that idea. Go build yourself a house. See, is there anywhere that shows me the number of people without houses? Because that seems like it would be a useful thing to know. Ah, there it is. So, there's 2 people who don't have a house right now. Okay. On firewood. I have 50 firewood. I should probably be thinking about having more firewood. I do sort of like the idea of not having my citizens, you know, freeze in the winter. make a well that provides water for putting out fires. That's probably a good thing to do, but I don't think I have the stone to do it right now. No, I don't. But I will definitely be working on that once I've, maybe cleared out this huge amount of stone over here. So... now I want to produce resources. Specifically, I want to have... yeah, I would cover that one. Right there. Here's the forester's log. Oh, really? I didn't quite line it up? Or, actually, maybe I did. Yeah, I did. I was just misremembering how to look at things. The last tile of the building is, in fact, the road. Right. Okay. So I've got a fishery dock for getting me a little bit of food that way. I've got a great big farm and a great big orchard. Farm's already up to 56% yield, which is pretty happy sounding. So this season the fishery place has produced 72 fish. Not bad. I assume. I'm not really sure, because I haven't dealt with these things before, but it sounds like a good number. Let's gather a bunch of stone. And a bunch of iron. Mostly because I want those rocks out of the way. I don't necessarily want to cut down the trees because that's in the area of the forester's hut. It will handle that sort of thing for me. Yep, they're farmers, all right. Just in case we had not figured that out yet. They are, in fact, walking around and randomly scraping the ground with hoes. Therefore, they are farmers. My food amount is just below 600 right now. I'm not sure whether that's trending up or down. On the other hand, if it's trending down, it's not going down very far, so when the crops come in, that'll be fine. The sort of bad news right now is I don't think anybody's actually collecting stuff. Yeah, those are deer wandering around. Those aren't people collecting things. No, these guys are building a road, it looks like, yeah. Which I, do sort of like, because the roads are going to make people move faster, which is good. But I'm not sure that's really the highest priority thing that I would have them doing if I, could just pick freely. Ah, well. And now these people are walking along this road. I like the trees, they're pretty. walking along the road and phasing through the rock. Yeah, that rock should probably be regarded as on top of the road there. Just saying.
Mr. VT Archer, one hell of a time to join.
Hello there, VT. Hey Cole, you want to toss him the link to the live stream here? Yay, tree. Ah yes, they're building the Forester's Lodge here, so they have to clear the trees that are in the way. Here's an interesting question. Are they going to be a little bit dumb and take the resources all the way back before they come and build with them here, or are they just going to pick them up where they lay and use them for the building? You are heading to get something to eat. This is a cause that I can support. You are going to get food. That's also probably a good thing. You are going to get eat, yeah. That sounds pretty good, all of that. So is VT actually going to talk to me here, or is he just hiding?
I'm gonna guess hiding, but... It didn't end. Yes, this is a live stream, VT.
Yes, yes it is. And it's even one that's going to be recorded and show up on my YouTube channel, because, well, I'm streaming it to YouTube, so, yeah. I'm a little concerned about the lumberjack who just started chopping thin air after the tree fell down. That seems a little odd. Just putting it out there, that does seem a little odd. Yeah, it looks like they're being kind of silly and mostly routing things by way of the main location over here. But, oh well. So we have finished removing all of the stuff that needed to be removed. That's a valuable first step. Now somebody just comes and randomly stands in the middle of here. What do you think you're doing? Oh, you're a child you're playing. Okay. I'll allow it. I don't demand that we have the whip and make you actually do stuff until you're like 12. After that, you're fair game, but until then, you can go ahead and play. It's a little disconcerting that people will sometimes just phase through a rock if you're watching closely. Kind of makes you wonder, are these really people or are they ghosts? Falling over in the forest when nobody was there. Well, the good news is we did hear it, so that answers that question. You are bringing stuff over here. You are setting down the stuff, and there are 9 stuffs here. 9 logs, that is. So, not bad, not bad. yes, I did finish, no, actually I didn't yet finish the woodcutter. It's still in progress. Somebody still needs to bring some stone over here. Just a hint, guys. There's a pile of stone right there. You need to move it like 20 feet, guys. It's not that bad.
Funny, VT wants me to inform you that he has no mic at the moment, and he thought he was watching a YouTube video, so he was confused, because it didn't stop.
Yep. Shame about the lack of mic, though. It'd be nice to talk to him again. Hey, there's actually got all the resources here at the woodcutter, so it's building. Who are you and what are you doing? You are... Emeralda? Emelina is a child and is idle. What, you're too lazy to play? The reserve of logs is low. I know, that's why I'm building the forester's hut. You telling me that I actually need to chop down some trees to be able to finish the forester's hut? Fine, fine. So, resource harvesting. Let's harvest some trees. Something like that looks good. Okay, our food is down to 340. On the other hand, we're up to 91% yield on the crops. So that's pretty nice. And in fact, the crops are now being harvested, which is really cool. So apparently the way that you harvest potatoes is by whacking them with a hoe. Actually, probably fairly close. You take them out of the ground. Yeah, okay. Works for me. So, 268 food before the first of it arrives. Now we're up to 352 food as one batch arrives. And 436. Yeah, we're doing pretty well given how much of that food area has been harvested so far. I think that's going to take care of our food needs for a little bit. Yeah, you would like somebody to be working there. I sort of don't want to spare anybody quite yet. Because I do actually want my food to get harvested in time here. I also do want the thing over here built. And I'm sitting here going, what on earth is that little green thing there on the ground? It's gotta be an herb of some kind, don't you think? It's gotta be an herb. Which makes sense. We do have herbalists. They can gather herbs. Or I suppose it could just be wild food. That's also possible. Using the gatherer. Okay, we actually had enough logs here to make the Forester's Lodge. Excellent. We're getting a fair bit of food in there. Sudden change in construction scale. I wish it was a little bit smoother, but it's okay. music is kind of odd in this game. I mean, I think I could come to like it, but offhand it doesn't necessarily suggest the game that I'm playing. And I suppose, like most games, the music will come to symbolize the game after you've played it for X many hours. Come on, hurry up and finish building. Okay, I know I could hurry it up manually, but I don't feel like increasing the speed of time. I'm kind of enjoying the slow pace right now. It sort of feels like a sleepy little town at the moment, which I like. It's serene. So let's see, we've got random Hershey's Kisses on the ground over there. Do I see any other things? More kisses there. Boy, there's a lot of those little kisses around. Here we have seashells, clearly. And, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what those look like to me. Artichokes, maybe? I don't know. Also, I'm pretty sure that those are mushrooms and that the other things are probably something like onions or some other buried vegetable. Oh hey, look at that. We actually have a forester's lodge now. I would like a couple of foresters, please. Builder can become a laborer now, because I kind of want somebody as a laborer to start clearing out all of this rock that's in the way of the forester's lodge. Wishing I had more people right now, because I've got about 4 dozen jobs and not that many people. Okay, it's probably more like 2 dozen, but you know what I mean. I have way more people, way more jobs than people. So I'm up above 1,000 food now, which is kind of cool. So I think I can remove most of the farms right now. So let's have 3 of them. Because I don't actually, yeah, I can do that. So yeah, I have 2 farmers because I don't need to be doing anything more with the crops until it's actually spring again. Which does mean that I ought to have enough people to fully staff the Forester's Lodge. And let's put 1 person. It's really sensitive on where it wants me to be clicking. Okay, so 1 person working in the woodcutter. I've got 25 firewood stocked up already. All of the houses that I have firewood, which is also good. I don't have anybody who's homeless at the moment. That's always a plus. My people are a little less than fully healthy just because, well, they are a little less than fully healthy because their food quality isn't quite as varied as they would like. And I've got fish and potatoes. Not exactly a balanced diet, fish and potatoes. I should think about producing the other resources, though. So let's extend this road. Why can't I extend this road through this way? Apparently I am just not allowed to place it where there's stuff that's already queued up for removal or something. Yeah, okay. I can place it through stuff that still needs to be cleared, but if it's queued up for removal, nope, we can't figure out how to remove something that's already supposed to be removed. It doesn't make any sense. I guess. Anyway, so build a road all the way out here. And I'm gonna need to actually have the road built before I'll be able to place the herbalist, because otherwise I can't see where the road is. This is kind of annoying, actually. I would like to be able to see where my roads that I've told to be placed but aren't done are. And it does have a small change in the ground color, I think, but in the midst of the trees, it's really hard to see. I sort of think I see it in places, but I'm not confident enough that I want to build along it, which is annoying. Okay, let's turn off planting at the Forester's Lodge for now, because we really need it. So we'll just tell them to cut down a bunch of trees for the moment. I have a fair bit of stored iron and stone. This is good. Long term, I would probably like to have a mine. Okay, quarry will mine stone from the ground. Mine will pull iron and coal out of the ground. Mines and quarries cannot be removed once placed. Good to know. So, you don't have any wood at the moment. I do have logs. Why do you not have... Materials required to perform work are not available here. Why not? I would like to know this. It would be a good thing to know. Why is it not possible to get the logs from over here and use them? Okay, this guy says he's working at the moment. He just picked up the wood. And the reserve of logs is low because he just picked up all of the logs that were in storage. Makes sense. Let's bring them over here. There are logs here, and he can whack at them and produce some fuel. Good. Yay, firewood. Firewood is going to be a really good thing to have. Orchard I'm still having tended. I'm not sure if that helps right now, but on the other hand, it's only 2 people, so it's not so bad if it doesn't. Farm I've turned off because nothing's happening there until spring. Also, for next year I will plant beans instead of potatoes, because it's good to rotate your crops. I don't know if it makes a difference in this game, but if nothing else, it gets us a different supply of food the next time around. And that's definitely a good thing. Because, you know, food variety is what keeps us healthy. And I suppose probably to some extent happy as well. Resolve the immediate lack of wood. So, let's see. Can I go and see what my laborers are doing right now? No, that's... Well, maybe if I do this, yeah. That's the one. You appear to be a child, not a laborer. Okay, there's one of my children. So, children are included with the laborers. That's kind of irksome. So you are working on clearing out the massive amount of stone that I have sitting around. Good. I do kind of want that stuff out of the way so that the forester has a bigger forest. It would be nice. Food stocks seem to be doing pretty well right now. Shadows are a little bit, iffy as I zoom in and out here. Shadow rendering does not quite seem great, or at least doesn't agree with this graphics card or something. Yeah, I have a lot of stone and iron, and a few logs and some firewood. I'm liking the state of this town right now. What do I want to work on next is the question. So in some ways it would be a good thing to just allow things to progress and allow the rocks to get cleared out further and things like that. On the other hand, I think there are a few more buildings that I would like to get going. My reserve of logs is low because he just picked up all of the logs. This is somewhat to be expected. And in trade, we now have 89 firewood, so it's going to good use over there, let's say. And we've got some baby trees around over here, so this is doing pretty well too. Also, it is really hard to see when I'm zoomed out and it's snowing. So let's assign one person over to being a builder. They'll go and work on the road for now, because I've got nothing else for them to do at the moment. And that will get the road to the point where I can actually see it and place the herbalists. Boy, those deer don't have terribly much fear of humans, do they? No, they're not very skittish at all. Somebody walks by like 5 feet away from them and they don't even flinch. Yeah. It is really cold outside. Like, really cold. Below freezing. Which is sort of to be expected from the fact that there's snow on the ground! Yeah, I do sometimes say really obvious things and then go, wait a second, what was that? You idiot. Of course it's below freezing. There's snow out here. Jeez. So where is that builder? The builder is working and has apparently decided to come work on the far end of the road first. Kind of an interesting decision. Also, I am sort of having a hard time seeing you through the trees here, man. Yeah, there you are. You walked all the way out to the far end and got cold, and now you're walking all the way back. Brilliant. Nicely done, man. And yes, I do mean nicely done, man. Yeah. Let's build the farthest tile away so that we get cold walking all the way there. Brilliant. We can educate people. I think that makes them work faster. Yeah, used to educate citizens to be more productive at the schoolhouse. And we're low on logs again because he just picked up another load of logs to convert into firewood. On the other hand, we're up to 129 firewood. So it's the middle of winter and we're actually gaining firewood. I regard this as a pretty good thing. Yeah. I'm not terribly concerned about the amount of logs given that we're actually gaining firewood. So firewood is there, logs is right above it, and food is at the bottom. And then we've got stone and stored iron there. I don't offhand see somewhere that would tell me what the capacity of my resources stock is. On the other hand, we're only just above half full, so that's not really a concern at the moment. Although people did just grab firewood, so it's a good thing we're making more. The snow effect in this is not bad. A little simplistic, but it works. Similarly, I can see that the branches on the trees are flat pieces here, if I look closely, but, you know, they're put together in a way that if you're not specifically looking for that, they look like trees as you rotate around. They don't jump out at you as that's not a tree. They don't jump out at you as being fake. which is a good thing. And I should probably figure out how to tell Steam not to bug me at all, but oh well. I can't be bothered right now. Still heavily at work on fishing. By heavily, I mean 2 out of 4 people. At this point, things are looking kind of stable. You know, we'll still need food, we'll still need tools and clothes fairly soon. But on the other hand, we should get through the rest of the winter pretty solidly here, I would think. So let's go ahead and bump up to 10 times speed here. So it's now mainline winter. Getting mined and falling down. Probably a bunch of baby trees getting planted as well. Ah yes, we're getting some of that stone cleared away. Good. A fair bit of it cleared away since last time. On to late winter. Our food stocks are down a little lower than I like here. Not really dangerously low, but it is lower than I like, so I'm going to go ahead and look at going, I need less foresters and more fishermen, because that's the thing that I have that's actually producing food right now. Okay, and it's no longer winter, it is now spring. Yay! We have survived the first winter. That was not terribly hard, but then again we did have a pretty good resource boost to get us started. On the other hand, I am sort of starting to feel not exactly non-challenged, it's just it seems like that was easier than it should have been, maybe. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm used to games that are a little bit evil on the difficulty level.
You want to build a city? Yeah, we're just gonna add a tornado to the center of that.
Yeah, something like that. Storage. I want stockpile. I want a stockpile. Basically, I'm not exactly extending the stockpile, but yeah. I wonder if there is a way to make something larger. I don't know. But yeah, we're 88% full on the first stockpile. We do kind of need another one here. Okay, the road is actually progressing fairly well now. It's progressing well enough that I am able to go and say, I wish to have an herbalist. The herbalist should be right about there. Somewhere off kind of in the middle of the old forest. And I also want a blacksmith. side. Could do a tavern. Yeah, I should turn my farm on here. Which means I no longer have enough people again. Hey, look at that! I have hit my cap on fire, which means I no longer need somebody working at the woodcut. Just need to remember to hit close buttons and right-click on tap escape. Tapping escape is sort of disruptive. I sort of wish that it would, as a first step, clear things and then open the pause menu, but that's just me. So, somewhere along here there is a market. There it is. The market is for citizens to pick stuff up, which isn't really necessary since everybody is living right next to the storage area, so that's not terribly useful. On the other hand, the trading post is what I was really thinking of.
We shall be having a visitor soon.
That's the general idea. Or did you mean something?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hi there. Hi, Monty. How you doing?
I'm doing just dandy.
For those of you on YouTube who've never met him before, this is Montagar. We also know him as Monty. Please be aware that he tends to produce really bad puns. Worse than mine. I know you didn't think that was possible. It is.
The problem is I don't produce them, they just spurt out at random.
Yeah. We've noticed.
I never know if fun is coming.
You're saying that they're pun expected?
Precisely. God damn it, why didn't I catch that?
Yeah, you really should have. That was more your style than mine. Okay. So, I would like to have a road going alongside my trading post here. There we go. Full up on farmers because I really do kind of need to have my food production taken care of. That is slightly important. That stockpile there is almost full and it's already bleeding over into the second one, which is actually a pretty good thing. We are kind of low on logs still. I would sort of like to put some more foresters in, but I kind of am out of people. And my orchard is sort of a long-term venture here. We know it's going to take a few years, but it only also takes 2 people, so... Well, I could up its maximum to 4, but I don't know that that's going to buy me anything extra, so I'm just going to leave it at 2. So one of the 9 things that needs to be cleared for the trading post has been. These guys have nothing that needs to be removed. And down here, wherever it's hiding, here we are, one of the 9 things for the herbalist has been removed. I have 3 laborers at the moment. let's toss those all into being builders. Because if they are builders, then they build things. I really don't think I should have needed to explain that, but that's where my mind went. Aside from the government. It goes there also. So, Gertrum here is on his way over to build. Yay. Okay. So, that's all in progress. Is there anything else I need to attend to right now? The farm is well on its way to being fully planted. Good.
Yeah, I've been following this game for quite a while.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to it for, probably like 6 months, maybe a bit more than that. And it only just came out this month, or actually last month, since it's now March.
Like a week ago.
Yeah. Recently.
I remember seeing this like a year and a half ago, and the guy literally said, I'm not gonna open it up to beta testers because I don't want to release a buggy product. Gotta hand it to the guy.
Which is reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, he's a respectable developer. He doesn't throw out half-done shit and wait for the community to mod it and to fix it for him.
Yep.
Cough cough, Tim Brimstone. I suppose you heard Z and Ethereal are helping Robert fix his code?
Not offhand, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. So where are my builders right now? This guy is working. I kind of wish it would be a little bit more specific about exactly what people are doing. Working is not terribly useful. The reserve of food is low. Yes, it is. More fishers! Fish me more fish! Also, it really feels like a waste of resources at the moment, but it is actually something that I want to get done soon. I want to get a schoolhouse up and running so that I can start training the kids, so that when the kids get older, they will be better workers. In the long run, this is going to pay off, I assume. If it doesn't pay off, then, well, I get to yell at the guy who made the game because he was stupid and made a building that's useless. But I think it's going to pay off in spades, so... Okay, so the road on the side there is finished. This guy is going to grab food. Yeah, good luck. There's not terribly much left. You better move quickly before somebody else gets it. And I could harvest my crop soon, but it's probably not the best idea. I think letting it get fully built is probably going to be a smarter bet in the long run. And at this point, the fishery should have kicked in and will keep us at a fairly steady food amount. So we shouldn't run out completely. Don't mind me, I was just stretching for a moment, and since I've got the broadcasting software set to push to talk, you guys couldn't hear me as I stretched. Yeah, I know, it's absolutely terrible. You demand to be able to hear my every movement. Orchard is still not producing yet. I'm hoping next year it will. And the crops are up at 62%, which is nice. And yeah, our food amount is going up. Good. So, putting the two people back over as fishermen solved the immediate crisis, as I thought it was going to.
I'll be right back. I don't know if it works on mobile, but if it is, I'll be watching you on my phone.
Okay then. So where is it that my builders are right now? I've got two of them. Okay, they seem to both be assigned over on the herbalists at the moment. A better way to choose the number of people that I was putting in this. Because hitting that little arrow is kind of annoying. Especially the up arrow. Also, is there a way to pause building? Because I haven't figured out a way yet. I can't click any of the icons there. Ah. That's a pause button down there. That's what that is. So let's go and pause all of the construction other than the schoolhouse here. Because that will force people to be working on the schoolhouse. And then I will assign another forester because I know wood's going to be a limiting factor here. So one less builder and one more forester sounds like a good bet. Okay, we're at a fairly quiet moment here, so I'm just going to let this run for a couple minutes and go grab myself a drink of water. So I'll be back shortly. If everything goes to hell while I'm gone, sorry. Well, it looks like a nice, dreary, rainy day here. So... anything important that I should be aware of? Looks like food is still going about as expected. We just started harvesting, so I'm going to reduce fishermen by 1. Oh, not like that. Like that. Drop you back into the citizen pool. Which means that you are currently a laborer. I would like you to... You know, I'm not entirely sure what I want you doing. Let's make you a fisherman now. Also, it looks like somebody just grew up, so congratulations, you're a builder, man. Where are my builders? My 10-year-old builder here is playing. Okay. And the other one is picking up resources. Good. That's much nicer. Okay, so apparently at 10 they enter the worker pool, but if they're in the middle of playing a game, they finish playing before they actually start work. That's sort of adorable, actually. Carrying 9 logs. Now you're going to pick up more resources. Good, good. Hey guys, I need more logs again. Could you, cut a bunch of trees for a bit? Thanks, that'd be great. Picking up resources. You're already carrying the logs, so I guess you're going to go pick up the stone as well? Yeah. And so now that you have picked up the stone in addition to the log, you are apparently carrying nothing as you walk around. That's a little odd. Sure, yeah, I guess that sort of makes sense. Not really, but I'll pretend it does. Okay. Out of curiosity, what else can I do as far as roads? I can use units of stone to pave my roads. That actually sounds like a really good idea. going to go through a lot of stone, but that's okay, I have a lot of stone, so yeah. I'm actually kind of glad to get rid of it, it'll make my stockpile less crowded. Okay, the crops are done for this season. So you guys can be... Yeah, let's make you all builders. So that gives me a whole bunch of people who should be working on the roads now. Up to 23 of 50 on the logs there. Oh yeah, I'll take one of you off of that and put you into a forester job. Because I want the foresters maxed out right now. I really need the wood as soon as I can get it. Oh good, they are smart enough to pick up more than one piece of stone. I'm glad. That was going to be really annoying if they always picked up exactly one piece of stone, went and built one tile of road, and then went back for more stone. Overhead view here. That's nice. Actually, when I zoom out, it kind of gives me a map feel. I like that. Also sort of like to have enough of a section of road built that I could see the effect it was having on people's movement speed. But I guess it's just going to take a while before I've got enough road built that that becomes evident.
Why don't you set up a relay race?
Well, I still would need a nice contiguous segment of road built, so yeah. I mean, I suppose the one down here would sort of work for that, but nah, I need people working, not doing a relay race. That'd be silly. So yeah, as soon as I finish it, the school is going to be another one of those things that I'm going to try and keep it filled constantly. It's going to sort of hurt my resource production, but like the orchard, it's kind of a long-term gain thing. I'm sinking people into running it now so that I have more people available later. Okay, so we've got 18 wood sitting around now. That's getting close to all of what we're going to need over here. So we need a total right now of 27 more wood. So as soon as the wood number gets up to 27, we're good to go. You are visiting the herbalist. Why are you visiting the... That's gotta be an incorrect message. Yeah, he was actually taking wood there. Okay. Apparently visiting the herbalist is a euphemism for taking wood to the storage area. Not sure why they needed a euphemism for that, but that seems to be the standard one. I need to visit the herbalist. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah. Visiting the herbalist. So apparently you visit the herbalist anytime you are taking stuff to the storage. Sure. Why not? It makes total sense. I promise. Maybe. Sort of. Okay, not at all, but we'll pretend it does.
What does make me nervous is the fact that I just found a small child's briefcase in a supermarket.
Why does the small child have a briefcase?
It's like one of those shoulder bags. It's bright green.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense. So I'm up to 26 stored wood. So basically, as soon as I see any more wood generated or carried, you are visiting the herbalist with 6 logs and 2 stones, so I'm good to go. So I can now start planting trees again. Yeah. I'm gonna assume that they travel faster when the stone road is built. I haven't been able to catch anybody walking on it yet, so I'm just gonna assume that it's good. And as I said before, it gets rid of a bunch of stone that I didn't really want anyway, so I'm fairly happy with that. I'm less happy with the fact that they seem to prioritize building the road over working on the building that they're assigned to build, which is not so happy. Because it basically means that doing a long road building project like this is just a bad idea.
Probably best to do short bursts in the lower months.
Of course, this person picked up 6 stone, walked all the way out there, and then went to go grab a snack. Beginning to feel like I'm playing Dwarf Fortress again.
It's a little like it.
Yeah, it does definitely have some of the same flavor at times.
Only everybody dies of dysentery.
Hey, this person is visiting the herbalist.
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
Not until they fix it. Which I'm sure it will get fixed, but yeah. I don't know. Did it seem to you guys like he walked faster when he was on the stone road than the unbuilt stuff? I don't know. Like I said, I'll just assume that it works. I'm not gonna worry terribly much if it doesn't. It just
Perhaps it's less that he walks faster on the stone road and that his speed is hindered when not.
Right. I'm going to assume that that isn't exactly the same thing and just smile and nod. You can't see it, but I am smiling and nod. I promise.
Heck, even if you had it on stream, I wouldn't be able to see it. And if it was on stream and no longer is, then it would be extreme.
Told you. I told you his was worse than mine. Can't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so, yeah, we're working on building the road here. The good news is we've gotten the furthest half or so of that direction built, so they're going to start building a bit faster. We still haven't done any of the actual useful sections of the road, because, you know, Murphy's Law, we're always going to build the least useful sections first. Yep. I wonder what determines the relative speed that people walk at. Don't know. Because I saw somebody walk past someone else, so I am pretty sure that they don't all walk at the same speed.
Oh goodness, what if the individual's athleticism came into how fast they go?
I'm okay with that. I mean, you know, individual variation makes perfect sense to me. I have 100 stored stone right now. Good to know. I kind of wish people would actually work on, you know, the schoolhouse eventually. Might be nice. Let's turn off cutting trees on the Forester's Lodge and just work on getting everything that we can planted. I think the forester here was actually working on mining rock for a moment there. I'm guessing he sees that I've designated the rock to be removed and he's clearing it out of the way from the forest. Not certain, because I didn't catch him actually destroying a resource, but that's what it looked and sounded like he was doing. Oh hey, we actually have potentially useful sections of the road finished now. This person is finding a tool. Yeah, I guess that's noticeably faster when they're on the road. Also, I need to get my tool production up and running soonish, because, yeah, it is actually starting to get to the point where I notice that they're running low on tools. But when I zoom out, is both nice in the realism sense and kind of irksome, because I would sort of like to be able to see my town clearly when I zoom out. I suspect it's an option, but I can't be bothered to look right now. So it looks like all of the road in this region has been built. Aside perhaps from that section of the long road here. So now they're starting work on that long road. Excellent. way those shadows are done is definitely suboptimal. It really makes them flicker a lot when I zoom in and out right now. Also occasionally flicker a lot when somebody is walking. Oh well.
Is this a recording that's going to be eventually put up on YouTube, or is this just sticking around?
It'll automatically end up on YouTube, just because I'm streaming it there, and it will, by default, become a video at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I think there's like a 4-hour limit, at least for the moment, that if you go longer than that, it doesn't get converted right or something. I don't know the specifics of it, I just saw the warning message about streams longer than 4 hours. And I don't even remember the exact wording on that.
Any ground rules on staying on topic?
It's nice.
Alright.
The ground rules on staying on topic are formed of dirt and sand and clay. What? They're ground rules. Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me either. Just roll with it.
Well, the only way a ground rule could be made out of dirt if it were a straight line in the dirt.
Exactly. It's like a horizontal rule, except it's in the ground. It's not at the horizon. Don't ask me, I have no idea what I'm saying most days. I just say whatever comes to mind. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's just bizarre.
Banter?
That too. But mostly bizarre. I think Monty and probably Coal Miner as well have heard the story of the day that I was at the dinner table and asked for somebody to pass the stapler. And my mother, being the very helpful person that she is, stood up, walked across the room, grabbed a stapler, brought it over, and handed it to me. And I looked at it and went, yeah, that is what I asked for, isn't it? And I set it down, and I looked at her and said, would you please pass the salt? Which is what I had wanted the first time. My mind works in strange ways some days. Salt and stapler, totally the same thing. Well, I've got a lot of iron now. 150 something. I mean, I just have a ridiculous amount of iron over here. Okay, I should go ahead and produce a hunting cabin over here as well as the herbalist. And that can also be paused. And then I also want a gatherer's hut. And that can go across from the hunter's cabin. And also paused. If a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to chop it, I still hear it. Apparently. Not sure why they're falling over. I'm guessing that's... the forests grow and fall on their own to some extent. So it is now winter. Or, well, it's late autumn, but it's snowy. I would kind of like it if the snow cover would only appear once you actually got snow. would make sense, you know? Oh, hey, they actually brought some more resources to the schoolhouse, finally. We must have gotten close to running out of roads, or maybe we are actually out of roads. Yeah, I think we might be finished making roads. Cool. So my builders, picking up resources, working, visiting the herbalist. Yeah. So, because some of them don't have any construction stuff left to do, they've fallen back to labor and working are... Bleh. They have fallen back to labor and are working on getting rid of the stone that I have sitting around that I wanted cleared. Good. I'm perfectly okay with this. Okay, and looking at it, the area around the forester does seem to be full of tiny trees, so I'm going to tell them they can go ahead and start chopping trees again. Also, I sort of need more stored firewood. So that guy can start working, and I'm going to take one of the builders and tell him he is now a woodcutter. Or her. Could be a her. I'm not paying terribly much attention to their gender, because it doesn't make terribly much difference. I kind of like this music. It's got sort of a percussion beat in it that sounds like somebody beating iron at a blacksmith's. I like that. That's a nice touch. Don't mind the quiet, I'm just enjoying the music at the moment. Okay, that section's over. So let's see, 4 of the 16 iron has been brought. And you are headed out to pick up resources again. The average health is a little lower than I would like. I really do actually need to have the actual herbalists up and running at some point so that they can, you know, get herbs and start feeling better.
So that they can visit the,
Yes, so they can take resources to the stockpile.
So they can visit the stockpile, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, why else? It's the only logical solution.
Mm-hmm. Yes, if you're not feeling very well, you should take resources to the stockpile.
Funny man.
Hmm?
If they're going to the stockpile for resources, of course they'd be going to see the herbalist because they want to get stoned.
Ba-dum-bum. Yeah. Thanks. We'll be here all week. Try the veal. Oh, wait, you can't. I don't have the hunter working yet. Sorry. Or actually, that one's not even the hunter. That's the,
I mean,
that's the livestock.
You gave him the order, get stone, and it's not my fault you haven't built a schoolhouse yet.
Yeah, they don't know any better yet, do they? Oh, okay, I swear this person had 6 iron that they were carrying. They walked over to the schoolhouse, which needed, 10, left 4 of it, and took the other 2 to the herbalist. Oh, I guess the people actually carrying the rest of the construction materials may have already been underway. That sort of makes sense. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I guess he was ironing out the details.
Yep. That's Armati, always trying to strike while the iron is hot. So apparently the correct way to build a building is to wave hammers and saws in midair. Good to know. If I ever need a building, I'll be sure to wave a hammer at it. And, you know, cut the thin air right above my leg.
You mo guai guai fi di sao?
Right, what you said. I'll assume that made sense in some language.
It was a Jackie Chan Adventures reference.
Okay.
The uncle always chants that whenever he wants to deal with a problem.
Okay.
It means ghosts and goblins, please be gone.
So they aren't sawing midair, they're actually sawing a ghost in half? And hammering a goblin on the head?
Where do you think they get all the extra materials from?
Yeah.
A ghost ship that just happens to be there.
Makes sense. Sort of. Mostly. Not, but...
Well, when you place down a building, you get a ghost image of it. And to put the building there, you need to pull it out of the realm of ghosts.
Clearly.
Clearly.
So, apparently I actually do have somebody here who's educated. This person is.
Yeah, I noticed that on your stream.
Yeah, I wonder how many people I have who are educated. There's one. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Yeah, I'd say basically everybody who was an adult when I started was educated. Cool. So, basically, having the schoolhouse isn't going to make the future workers better than the current workers, but it will make them not suck. Which is probably still worthwhile. Yay! I now have a teacher. And I can only have one teacher, I think. Yeah. I can only have one teacher here. But hey, that's nice. I now have a schoolhouse. Okay, so... need to come over here and unpause the stockpile. Because clearly the thing out in the middle of the forest that lets me gather herbs is the stockpile. Makes perfect sense. Boy, I've gotten a lot of that stone taken out of the way here. That's nice. Hopefully next season the orchard will actually start giving me yield. That would be good. That would be really good. Oh yeah, so for next year I should have it back on potato, because I need to rotate my crop again. Here's the reach of this thing again. It goes out that far. Okay, there we go. That's probably the last of the stuff that I've already marked. Yeah, that stuff is already all marked. I thought it was. So at the fishing dock, we are fishing. We are conducting nuclear fishing. Okay, it's probably more like wood and string fishing, but still. I'll assume that it's nuclear. And if my fish start glowing, I'll know I was right. What am I low on? I'm low on logs, but I'm also at 166 firewood, and winter is ending. So, yeah. I'm okay with this. I am very okay with this. Okay, so we've got builders and farmers. Would be nice to have some herdsmen, but until I actually have a herd, that would be kind of useless. Gatherers, I'm working on that eventually. Fishermen are pretty essential for keeping my stocks of food high. Herbalist, again, I'm working on that. Blacksmith would be good to have, but it's paused. Brewer, okay. Keeping people happy by way of booze will probably be a good goal eventually. Not so useful yet. Making clothes is going to be a problem soonish, because we're down to 8 sets of made clothes at this point. Our hide coats. Okay. I actually need to do right now, is the question. I'm sort of thinking no, so let's speed up and see if anything dies on me. Or at least starts looking grim. Hopefully nothing will actually die. It's now actually spring. Good. We have hit our limit on wood, so we don't need the woodcutter anymore.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head to bed. Nighty night.
Good night, Monty. It's getting close to the point where I'll want to stop, but not quite yet. Let's give it another 10 minutes or so, and see what we can get done in that time. We are low on food. Ooh, yes, we are. We are in fact out of food right now. That kind of sucks. I wish I had noticed that sooner. Okay. It's not as bad as it sounds because the houses actually keep a stock of food. So we've got actually a lot of food stored up in the houses. Like, seriously, a lot. They're keeping like 150 to 200 food, and sometimes more. Jeez. These guys keep a lot of food in their homes, man. Yeah, I'm not as worried about running out of food as I used to be. Jeez. But still, I should do something about that fairly soon here. And the thing that I'm going to do about that, I think, is say that I want my gatherer's hut on pause and assign more builders. Yeah, that is a ridiculous amount of food they're keeping in those houses. Jeez. Also, it is now spring. I should start planting. Which means I need more farmers. Where am I going to pull people from? I don't need as many foresters. And a couple of the builders can lose priority towards farmers. I do need the builders, but I need the farmers more, because the farmers are what's producing the active food right now. Or as close to active as it gets. Hey, the orchard is actually starting to produce some stuff now. Excellent. So that should help a lot. That should help a very lot. And we're getting a fair bit of progress towards finishing the herbalist here. Good. Run out of food in the stockpiles again, but we still have a pretty good amount. It's stored up in the houses. Not as much as I would like, but enough that we should survive. But I definitely do want to get the Gatherer's Hut up and running soon. Stocks of hundreds of fish. Yeah, we're doing okay at the moment. We've got approaching 100 food everywhere, so it's not so bad. And the Gatherer's Hut is about to finish. Okay. So, I can have up to 4 people as gatherers, which means I'm going to have 3 people as gatherers because that's all the people that I have right now. And I do sort of still need to be producing some wood. My field is already done. Ugh. Yeah, that's... I did not get it started fast enough. It needs to be started in early spring. That kinda sucks. Well, let's get some builders going again and unpause the hunting cabin, which will get me another source of food when it finishes. Yeah, it produced 294 potato as opposed to 844 beans the previous year. That was not well done. Oh well. Back to producing beans again next year. Also, the orchard is up to 23% yield now. Not bad. Do I actually have any cherries around yet? Is that they actually harvest cherries. Oh, no, but we do actually have some cherries over here. Cool. So there are 3 students at the schoolhouse right now. So let's see. In terms of students and children total, I have 2, 4, 7, 7 of them. Seven versus 7, 9, 14. 16. So, little less than a third of my population is underage at the moment. So we're not expected to grow a huge amount in the near future. And And I'm running out of tools, which sucks. Because that's gonna slow down my everything speed. Yeah, I am completely out of tools. I need to be making more tools soon. So over here, I've just got that set to beans. This is the blacksmith. This is what I need for tools. So let's go ahead and unpause that and start trickling in some work there. So I kind of suspect that I don't actually need anybody tending the orchard over the winter. And in fact, I sort of suspect that I don't need anybody tending the orchard except when it's ready for harvest. That would be my guess. So you have 36 cherries, you're coming over here to pick up some fish on top of that. Setting raw fish on top of cherries, yeah, that sounds perfectly sanitary to me. What are you guys talking about? That seems fine. So I am actually stocking up a little bit of food again, but not necessarily for long. So the current season we've harvested some berries, some onions, and some mushrooms from the gatherer's hut. That's probably more onions there. I'm guessing berries there, and probably mushrooms there. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, those little tool symbols are going to annoy me. I really need to start making tools. I really kind of need to be doing a little of everything right now. It really feels like I just have more tasks than I have enough people to run. Because it takes a lot of people to keep everybody fed. I need the schoolhouse and the blacksmith to be able to actually, you know, have people working at decent speeds. I need the woodcutter so that people can survive the winter, which means that I need the Forester Lodge to be able to produce enough wood in a sustainable way. And it probably didn't help things that I spent a whole bunch of time laying down roads that are nice, but not really essential for movement speed. They kind of don't seem to provide all that much of a boost. I don't know. It's probably a bigger boost than I'm giving it credit for, but it really does not look like much. And I don't think, even if it is a bigger boost, that it was enough to justify that amount of construction work. I should have just left them as dirt roads for a while. Ah well. So the Forester's Lodge is really happy right now. It's got a lot of trees planted. And it looks like the area around the Forester's Lodge is just about clear of resources, other than trees. Well, other than trees and the random bits of forest resource that presumably aren't going to get in the way of trees. I would like to get the herbalist going, but I don't think I can actually spare the people to do the herbalist right now. Honestly, I'm not sure I can spare the people to do all of the construction that I'm doing right now, but you know, that I kind of need that if I'm going to make any progress here. Okay, I'm pretty sure that I don't need to be working there right now. So you guys can come over here and work on building. So that'll get me up to the full quorum of people on all of my building jobs. The blacksmith here is making good progress. It's got a lot of the resources it needed. We have surprisingly little stone, given all of the stone that we harvested earlier. I suppose we did use a lot of it building the road network. Yeah, we used a lot of it building that road network. But on the other hand, I think the quarry is going to have to wait for another time, because I think this has been a nice long stream. I think I'm ready to call it a day. So it's been fun streaming to you guys, and talking to you guys there in Mumble, and also for those of you who are watching this later, glad that you checked it out. Maybe next time you'll actually catch me when I'm live. It'd be nice. That's gonna be it. See you guys next time.